Welcome back to the course Millennials and the Millennium. Today we're talking about dispensational premillennialism. Now I want to take just a moment here and talk about dispensationalism because dispensationalism is a system to interpret the entire Bible. It's not just about the millennium. And a lot of the millennial views are like that. It's a system of how to interpret the entire Bible. Now that I've said that, this system did not come about until the 1800s. It is a very modern view. It does not have historical roots in antiquity. Now looking at this graphic, we can clearly see the first three views we have discussed: historic premillennialism, amillennialism, and postmillennialism, all originated in the first 400 years, all the way to 400 AD. All three of those have some of their beliefs originate in the first 400 years. Now, with dispensational premillennialism, it really did not arise until the 1800s. And you can see from the chart, I just put some mile markers there with the Reformation, the Crusades, etc. Actually, dispensational premillennialism is actually close to the invention of the car. I'm just pointing that out to say this is a modern view. Now, some would say that is not a drawback. After all, we know more today than we've ever known before, and that would give credence to the view dispensationalism. However, from a historical perspective, this view would have the least value. Now, that does not mean that dispensationalism should be disregarded, that it's not true or it's not valid. But here's what I'll say. I don't think the question is, at least not initially, whether it's true or not. The question for me is, why is this view so popular today? What caused that to happen? Whether we like it or not, our experiences color our belief systems. And as previously noted, postmillennialism fell out of favor at the beginning of the 20th century. Now, the very end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century was a transitional time in American culture, and this is when dispensationalism started to flourish. John Nelson Darby and the Plymouth Brethren were the originators of dispensationalism. Now, the popularity of this view in America cannot be overstated. It has been far and wide, and some of the key figures that have helped make that happen include Dwight L. Moody, Lewis Schaeffer, William Blackstone, and C.I. Scofield. J. Barton Payne noted that the Scofield Reference Bible was the greatest influence to propel dispensationalism. Millions of American evangelicals were taught to read their Bible with a dispensational interpretation. So what is dispensationalism and how is it different? Dispensationalism is an interpretive system that looks at biblical history and divides it into 7 distinct time periods, or dispensations. These time periods are, number 1, innocence. This is from creation to the Genesis fall. Number 2, conscience, and this is from the fall to Noah. Number 3, human government, goes from Noah to Abraham. Number 4, promise, Abraham to Moses. Number 5, law, this goes from Moses to Christ. Number 6, grace, this is the church age. And number 7, the last one, is kingdom, or in other words, the millennium. This has been an introduction and background to dispensationalism. Now next time we'll get into the meat of dispensational premillennialism. What we've learned today is that this view is a very modern view compared to the other 3 views. That's a very important thing to note. But we've also learned that dispensationalism is a system of interpretation for the entire Bible. Until next time, remember, keep the millennium in view.